Welcome to the holiday in Cambridge. I'm here in the Spirit Health Club for the Healthy You Virtual Festival. This is a ballet style HIIT class. Make sure you've got a water, you're going to probably need a towel and some comfortable shoes. Here we go with a warm-up, 5 tracks of warm-up. So I'm going to put the feet in natural parallel, bend, stretch, rise, lower 3 times, bend, stretch, rise, lower, bend, stretch, rise. Now I'm just going to release the heels, so bend, heels up, heels down, stretch. You can do that with no arms on a work surface or bar, with a bit of breathe, and rise. So engaging the core, a little bit of a heel release here. Then I'm going to rotate the legs from the hip joints, first position, and rise. Plie, and rise. So we're sinking into the floor, and then pulling all the muscles up to rise. Little heel release here. So start small, and gradually get bigger as your muscles warm up. This is getting the joints moving as well, especially the ankle joints. A bit of a heel release here. Then we're going into natural parallel. So feet under hips. You could do arms forwards and back. So warming up the lower body, arm movements for the upper body, and a little heel release. Lovely. And bend. You can make the arms bigger as you warm up. So just slightly more movement on each one. Or you can use one arm. Fabulous. If you're holding on to something. Then we're going to go into second position. So wide, a small bend. Or if you're nice and warm, a big bend. Lovely. Again, we can take those arms. And with a heel release. Lovely. So relax on the bend, pull all the muscles up in the legs on the rise. Try not to lean back, so make sure that core's engaged. Bend and rise. And then a heel release. Lovely. And now we're going to do a back montendu. This is a stretch with the heel going down to warm the feet up. So I'm going to do 4 with this leg. So, lovely. So toe, heel, toe. So we're pushing the heel down. Then I'm going to swap to the other leg, so I'm just going forwards. Lovely. So it's quite a small push down movement, as if you're squashing something under your heel. This one's quite nice with nothing on your feet. Same thing with the feet turned out. So I'm doing the same, but I'm in first position. So as I point, I'm pushing the heel forwards. Lovely. Then the other leg. So this is going to warm the legs up quite quickly, gets them ready for a jump. So we've got a nice strong foot movement here. Lovely. Slightly bigger. So off the floor, plie, close. Off, plie. So swish, bend. Swish, bend. Other leg. Swish, bend. So making it a bit snappier, getting it there really quickly. You can use any music you like. So pick your favourite music for these. And to the side, swish, bend. Then you can vary the tempo. So you can do this slower or faster. Back to the other leg. So I'm just going to the side so you can see that movement. You could go any direction you like. Challenge the muscles in different directions. And challenge your balance. Fabulous. Give everything a shape because we've got a fondue now. This is a particularly tricky movement because it's on one leg. You're going to bend and stretch. Bend, stretch. Bend, stretch. Bend and stretch. I'm going to the back now. Bend, stretch to the back. Bend, stretch. And to the side. Bend, stretch, bend, and stretch. Now we're going to bring the leg in, a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm keeping this thigh still, which do that again. In and hold, in and hold, in and hold. Hold 8 fast. That can be down here or up really high. I'm going to turn around so I can do those foldies on the other leg. So relax, stretch, flex, stretch. To the side, stretch, to the side, and stretch behind you. So like a tail, bend, and flex back to the side. Fabulous. Hold the leg at the side, so we're crossing over. Hold, and hold, hold. 8 fast. Again, this can be high or low. So crossing over front and back, and hold, and hold, and hold. 8 fast. So crossing over back and front. Nearly there. Hold straight coming up now. Give everything a shake. Because we're ready for a grand battement. For this, I'm going to hold the bar. This is a kick. So I'll put my hand out of the way here. So point, kick, point, close. 2 at the front. Then go to the side. So we're going all the way around, warming the muscles up. Then we're going to the back twice. Point, kick, point, close. Point, kick, then back to the side. Lovely. Don't forget to keep breathing and keep that core nice and strong. Ready to turn around for the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. So point, lift the leg from underneath. If you're not sure, you can try flexing the foot because it forces those muscles to work from underneath, not just the quads on the top, to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're trying to keep the leg straight here. My knee wants to bend this morning. Back to the side. Lovely. Last time. So pull straight, coming a bit up, a bit higher. Give everything a shake. So that's a grand battement, a big kick. We're now going to do some rises. I'm going to hold the bar. You can hold something with 2 hands for this. So rising up and down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got a 4 count rise, and then I'm going to do 4 in 1 count. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, 2, 3, 4. Different positions. You could do 1 leg. That catches up with you very quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down, and in 1 count. So up, down, down. Trying to keep the legs lovely and straight. Parallel. So you can try this with no hands if you like. You might like to breathe with the hands if you're doing that. Bit of a tendency to lean backwards doing this. Lovely. 4 quick ones. We're going to second position. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to try and control the movement really slowly and pretend we're pushing back down. So you've got resistance through the feet. Here comes the 1 count ones. Lovely. Any position you like for this. Give everything a shake. You might need a pat down after that one. Bit of movement here. We're going to go swish, jump, gallop, back. Swish, jump, gallop, back. Swish, jump, gallop, back. Walk over to the other side so you've got plenty of space. Swish, jump, gallop. Swish, jump, gallop. Swish, jump, gallop. Walk over to this side so that's your rest. So from a hip point of view, that was the rest. Swish, gallop, swish, gallop, walk, 2, 3, 4. Swish, gallop, swish, gallop, swish, gallop, walk, 2, 3, 4. Bigger if you've got the energy. Lovely, then you'll work yourself a bit harder. And a walk. Breathe. Swish, gallop, swish. If you come out of camera shot, that's fabulous. Lovely. walk. So a big sideways movement and a gallop. This is called a jeté. Gallop, walk. You could put in more than one gallop here. And a little walk to recover. Lovely. We now have a développé with a rise. So we're going to unfold the leg, and on the end we're going to rise on the supporting leg. Breathe, because that pulse rate's nice and high. On the other leg. The arm can come up, if you like, to the side. The other side. Rise on the end. And rise. So really stretch on the end. And behind you. And a rise. So I'm alternating from foot to foot here. So a bit of a lean forwards on this one. And if you're in a small space, hang on to something so you don't kick something by accident. Lovely. So you stretch the arm out at the end. It helps, gives you that extra bit of tension there. So any position you fancy. Lovely. Give everything a shake. So after our lovely développé, we have a grand allegro. I'll show you first. So these are things that are done at the end of a ballet class when you're lovely and warm and very aerobic. So we go slide, 1, 2, 3. This is a little step to get us into that swish jump that we did earlier. The waltz will allow us to move in the room, to give us a bit more space, so we can go on the other leg. So we slide, 1, 2, 3, glissade, swish jump, and some lovely waltz steps. Use the upper body as well to get you into a position, so you can do the other leg. So full speed again. Back to the other side. So in a ballet class, you do this a few times and the next group will come in. So if you do this continuously, you get a really good aerobic hit. The plimsolls are lovely, but they get stuck when you do this bit. So just be careful. And remember, HIIT style, you get a rest, so you can mark it. Slide. So I'm letting the pulse rate come down a bit there. Oh, enormous. Breathe and walk around the room. Ready for our next activity? Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower. One more, but we're going to jump to change feet and come right back. So we step the feet together, lower, rise. Step the feet together, lower, rise. The last one, we need a jump to change feet. That can be a snatch. So we bend here, snatch. Don't do these if you've never done ballet before. So step, step, lower, just rise. rise, and rise. I'm coming back now. 3 jumps going in. Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower. 1, 2, 3. Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower, rise. Step, step, lower, rise. This one's coming back, so I've run out of space. So they can come back. So you can step behind you. It's a little bit harder. Just make sure there's nothing in your way. Show you again. Step, step, lower. Get ready for that last jump. Give everything a shake. Jump warm up. So we bend and rise, and 3 little jumps. Or bounce, or jump, or change. So bend, rise, out, in, out. Bend, rise, in, out, in. Bend, rise. Nearly there, last one. Have a little walk round. That was a jump warm up, believe it or not. We're now going to do some jetés. These are a bit like jogging. I'm starting this way at the bar. So 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. Or without jumping. I'm coming round this way. This is your rest. 1, 2, 3, hop. Travelling sometimes allows you to recover a little bit quicker. This is a pas de barre. 1, 2, 3, hop. And we can use the arms to get some oxygen back in. That can be a big hop if you want. Then we're going to reverse it. So 1, 2, 3, hop. So feet are at the front this time instead of the back. Or up, up, up. And that other pas de barre. 1, 2, 3, hop. So it's 3 little walks and a hop. So it actually brings the pulse rate down a bit doing this movement. Jumps on the spot. Tend to exhaust you quicker. Give everything a shake. We now have some fast feet coming up. Don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds. I'm going to walk the feet first. So walk. Then prance. In other words, just take the toe off the ground. Breathe. Little running steps. So very small steps. Barre for ballet. Spin round if you like to cool yourself down. And boite, you're going to love this one. Remember the old canopus? That can be done up, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. Canopus on the playground, band in the 70s. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to fast feet, walking through the feet. So if you like strictly, just just add a bit of a hip in here. So we're going to twist through the hip. And you can bring this right up to a high knee jog if you want to. Little running steps. So if you're in a big space, move a little bit. But we're aiming at a small step here. Barres. So I'll show you turning around. And Waltz again. So you can come down. I've done 3. There. So syncopate it for 4. Give everything a shake. That was our fast feet. We now have a lovely waltz for you. Maybe you have a towel down and a drink. So Viennese style. Forwards, back, forwards. Going for 8s. Sideways, ballet style. Arms overhead if you want to work a bit harder. We just like the arm position overhead. We're going to slow down now. Step. And a big curtsy. So balance. And a big curtsy. Balance. Big curtsy. So getting the body to move fast and then slow is a nice way to work. Forwards. Back. Forwards. There's 4 sets of this. You can rest at any time. Sideways. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we've got our balance challenge. So holding the leg wherever you can. Into a curtsy position or a lunge. That lovely waltz which can turn. Side. Travel a bit more if you like. Breathe. Step. And curtsy. So using the arms differently. We'll stretch the upper body. I'm feeling a nice stretch in my hip as I go down here on the outside. Last time with the waltz from the left. Go to the side. So the knees turning out. Step and a lovely curtsy. Big step and a lunge straight curtsy. Last one. And breathe. And relax. So after our lovely waltz, we've got a bit of a balance for you. Lovely bit of Queen music here. Another devil, okay? Breathe. Unfolding the leg. So this is a devil, okay? Stretch it out, and if you can you hold it there? Lovely. You could lift before you lower it, if you wanted to. Then we go into the side. So drawing the leg up, this is a retire position. This is an attitude. Extend out and hold the leg where it's comfortable. Try not to lean away here. Lift before you lower, behind you. So pushing the knee back first. I'm going to use an arabesque because if I lean forward slightly, I get a lovely long lower back. Try relaxing the shoulders. And then a beautiful breathe. Port de bras, as if you're gathering something off the floor. Straight legs or slightly bent legs to get into the lower back. Open. Then we're on the other leg. So whichever leg you didn't use before. So pull up on the supporting leg, so nice and tall. into attitude, extend. Taking the arms up sometimes helps because it allows you to get that extra lift before you lower. So we gather everything. So we're nice and tall in this position. So we hold this position here. If you can, a little bit of lift before you lower. Then behind us, just make sure there's nothing in the way before you do this one. And that can be low or high, entirely up to you. Try and square off. I can feel now that I'm a bit twisted. Lovely. And if you like, you can bend the knees slightly for a slightly different stretch. I quite like to straighten them once I'm down there. Opening up. And a sigh on the end to get some oxygen back in. And a little bit of a... We're going to do 2 stretch tracks now. The first one for the lower calves. So we're going to start in this position here with some lovely bending and stretching. Lovely. So take a breath to make sure oxygen's coming in. So one foot slightly in front of the other, bend and stretch. So I'm using my arms to push because I want to keep my body nice and tall, because this isn't a gym squat, this is more of a plie. Lovely. So you can take the arms up. So as I need oxygen in, this circling is quite nice. So it helps with the breathing. Lovely. Then I'm going to put the other foot in front, so I'll turn this way so you can see. So bend, stretch. So there's a bit more of a stretch on that back calf there. Try not to turn the feet out for this one, because then you'll go right down the back of the calf and get a really good stretch. And then stretching out. So this is a dynamic stretch because we're moving continuously. You can just stop and hold that position and allow the stretch to develop if you wish. So we've got another nice one here. This is going to the top half of the calf and then into the hamstring. So a double whammy. So the back foot, the top of the calf, and then stretching the hamstring of the front leg. So push and pull. Just watch the knees on this one. Lovely. And pull. Go for the other side. So push. And really engage that core here. So pull the tummy muscles in. So get that lovely curve in the back. So pushing the arms back, stretching through the calf muscle at the back of the leg. And then a nice big round shape here. Lovely. You might need a bit of a towel down because we've been working really hard aerobically, and as you start to cool down, so when you start to sweat quite a lot. We're now going to do a lateral stretch to finish with. You come down onto the floor a little bit. So we're going up and over. And then up and over the other side. I'm going to bend this leg and brace with my hands here. And the other side. So reaching away as far as you can, so making that as big a movement as possible. Lovely. And back over. Fabulous. Then I'm going to bring my feet in, I'm going to rotate the shoulders, I'm going to roll down the spine, I'll come sideways. So engaging the core, letting the upper body go, so curling down. Then I'm going to walk the hands forwards and come into a downward dog position. So I'm just going to stretch the upper back a little bit here, and you could walk through the feet if you want another stretch on the back of the calf muscles. If not, I'm coming right forwards. So I'm going to stretch out the back in the other direction, looking up nice and tall, and then I'm going to come back to that stretch, and down again. So looking up at the ceiling, and then coming back up. So I'm bringing my hands in a little bit here, so I can stretch one leg up into the air. And then I'm going to bring that forwards and through. Lovely. And I'm going to rock backwards and forwards on this leg. It's a lovely stretch for the hip here. You might need a little bit of a wiggle in there. And I'm going to bring that leg back. leg up. You can développé or grand battement it up there. Bring it through. Lovely. So we're in this position here. So bending and stretching back on the leg. So coming through a few times. Maybe have a little wiggle round here into the hip joint. Bring that leg back. Stretching up. Lovely. Coming with the feet together. Rolling up the spine. So nice stretch. Another big stretch to the side. All the way round and down. And up as high as you can. Other side up. All the way round and down. And a lovely down. Well done everybody. Thank you for joining me for ballet style HIIT. I hope you enjoyed it. Good idea to have a nice glass of water now. Bye.